ordinary citizens who are experiencing the impacts of climate change, which they have contributed the least, means having the right to life, having access to safe, clean drinking water and sanitation, access to food, and also being able to enjoy their culture. And for example, speaking on the right for access to food for local communities that have been impacted by the climate crisis, you find that girls have been seen as a solution to drought. And this is because their right to education, for example, has been denied as they are being married off at a very young age, since they are considered to be a solution to drought, since once they get married, then it means that their families will have less mouths to feed. And also through the dowry that is paid when girls are married off, the family will be able to get food for the other family members. And governmental organizations and also for the media, their work is working very closely with local communities. First of all, creating understanding for the different rights and also pushing for the implementation of policies. And by policies, we're also looking at issues of accountability for resources for the marginalized communities. Then also the aspects of modeling alternatives and diversification approaches such as agroecology to be adopted and scaled up. Then we're looking at influencing of policies both at the national level, having the climate change acts, for example, being resourced and financed so that we can be able to have the communities access this. And then also providing and sharing, gathering evidence through research and packaging this in a way that the local communities understand. I believe, especially with the appreciation of technology at the moment, if information can be shared using different platforms, so them finding ways to work with other institutions will help in bringing on board different pieces of information, especially research that has been published on different sectors. For example, ActionAid recently worked on a loss and damage report that was shared across, that was also presented during the COP27, apologies. And you find that part of that research highlighted the both economic and the non-economic impacts of climate crisis to different communities. And for example, the loss of livelihood within an area, destruction of farmlands, for example, means that communities have been displaced from their homes. And for example, if the media is able to highlight such information, working collaboratively with the local institutions that exist, then you find that this information is going to reach a wide range of people. And we've had, and I have personally witnessed conflict in one of the areas that we work in, and the project had invested a lot of resources to establish a livelihood project, an irrigation project that was supporting local women to be able to adapt. And when conflict sparked, the entire project was destroyed. So we are looking at this in the context of an area that has drought, and so water infrastructure has been set up, and you find that all this was destroyed during that particular conflict, causing a lot of displacements of people. Psychologically, we had many women and men also citing that they were highly impacted. Schools were closed. Source-based conflict will have they have both current and long-term effects that cannot be reversed, because we cannot reverse the lack of education to children, for example, or psychosocial well-being. So first of all, we work with the local communities to organize themselves. So they have women collectives or groups, community collectives, where they meet regularly to discuss issues affecting them and also plan ahead and work also collaboratively with the government institutions to be able to understand what is happening within their areas and also build their capacity to adapt. So you find that ActionAid has been, through the women collectives that we have been working, provided them with platforms to speak with their leaders, where they interact with the security teams. They have community dialogues that are organized on a regular basis. And through such platforms, they are also able to influence policy at different levels.